What's up everyone, this is CoinDog here with another GTA video. So in this video we're going to be having a look at jumps, so how they work in game, some of the myths around jumps and all that sort of stuff, and really just to show you guys how best to use jumps when you're in races. So you'll come across on stunt races little jumps like that, or some of the bigger jumps as you can see in the background there, and I really just wanted to show you guys how, some stuff about these sort of things. So you will have all heard these myths about, if you angle your car up or down and all that sort of stuff, that you get different distances in terms of the jump. So I wanted to run some tests to find out for myself because I didn't know. So as you'll see here, we've got normal one where I don't do anything. We've got one where I stick my nose up in the air, one where I stick my back end up in the air, and then just like a crazy sideways spin thing. And as you'll see when all these land on this small jump, there is absolutely no difference. There's might be very, very small differences, but it's not a noticeable difference. So I would say that on a small jump like that, there is absolutely no difference how you do it. So just go for the safest option and the one you most feel comfortable with. I even tried this going at different angles where you put the nose up and down and all that sort of stuff, and none of it made any difference at all. So, just do whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, another little tip for some of these smaller jumps is you will sometimes be given the option to skip a jump, and if you are, then you normally, in most circumstances, you should skip that jump. Obviously, on some of the tracks, if there's water, then you don't want to go into the water because that's going to slow you down. But if it's just a straight like this and you can skip a jump, then always do it, because as you can see here on this little track here, just skipping that little jump, I was over 2 seconds quicker. On just that little section. So it's one of those things to always look for. And some of the Rockstar stunt tracks, there are little places where you can skip jumps if you look for them, where you can make up quite a lot of time just from knowing that. So I've then had a look at bigger jumps. So that was a little small jump. Is there a difference with a big high jump like this in terms of the distance you can fly? So it's the same sort of test again, all the way down the ramp. And I've ran these tests with 3 different cars, by the way, just to make sure they're consistent. All of the tests that you'll see here. And yeah, so I did a front flip, a back flip, I landed normally, and I did like a crazy sideways spin. And there are some slight differences, it's not huge, but there is a slight difference between them. But I would not say any of it is worth doing a spin and blowing yourself up or anything like that. It's certainly not a significant difference. So what about bikes? Because obviously we've just done cars. So on the left there you've got a normal bike, which is just going to go all the way down and not do anything. It'll just go over the jump. And then on the right here we're going to do like a bit of a wheelie and see how much difference that makes, if any. So on the left there, as you can see, he's going to land in the green. And what's going on here on the right? So as you can see, basically I can just keep flying forever on a bike if you do this. So when you do a wheelie, you almost go upside down, and you'll see how the bike's like bouncing back and forth. So that's me kind of flicking the stick back and forth a little bit. And it takes a little bit of practice, but if you can pivot yourself on that point, you can basically fly forever. You can actually see that I've gone up in altitude as we've been doing this, so you can go straight across the map basically. There's no benefit to doing that in terms of a racing situation, but it's a bit of fun for messing around in free roam. So I hope just while we're waiting for him to land, I hope you've enjoyed these tests and you found them useful to you, and I hope I've kind of cleared up some of the myths that are around jumps and that sort of stuff, because it really does annoy you when you get people that will say, oh, stick your nose up in the air, it makes you go further and all that, but they give you no evidence of this. It's just, you're just supposed to take their word for it. So hopefully I've managed to prove that it isn't really true. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it useful, and I'll probably be back again in a couple of days with one of my testing videos for the next 2 supercars.